Hey, John.
Hi, Joshua. Looks like we're the first ones here.
Yep. Hello.
Hello.
I'm going to give it one more minute. We do have a light agenda, so feel free to add something to the topics if you were holding on to something. Otherwise, we will do the scrub and the topics that we have. But I'll give it another min. Okay, shall we do it? Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday, June 3rd, 2025 SIG Multicluster meeting. I am your substitute leader today. Laura, our leads, Jeremy, and Stephen are not available today, so I'm all you get. But let's go ahead and go through the scrub first. And yeah, actually, even before that, I'm going to share my window, which is indeed this. Okay. There we go. I'm going to go through the scrub now, but I will say that there has been the first date set for the APAC friendly meeting. So next time we're going to start with, I guess, the scrub. I don't know, maybe we'll figure it out, but I think we'll probably start with the scrub and then do like an APAC readout, probably in that order, and then do like topics for this meeting. So that's going to be the schedule going forward. But for now, let's see what's going on here. And I'm going to click through and see if anybody here has some comments and add some triage notes if I think it's necessary. So our scrub is a couple of KEPs. One is about the defined dual stack policy and fields. Let's see, I'm not sure. I'm not seeing any evidence that there has been much changes on this in the past week, so it might be in the same state. I also don't see a triage note on here previously, and I thought we had talked about it at some point, but if not, let's see if I can. I'm not sure that Arthur is here. Oh, Arthur is here too.
Sorry,
But
I just joined.
yeah, if there's something you want to like put for posterity of where we're stuck if we're stuck.
Stack for issues mainly, I think. There was Mike that also, I think, had some concern but didn't fully express it.
Okay.
But I don't know if he's on the call. I guess not.
Got it. Do you mean Mike Morris?
Yes.
I'll ping him. Had some discussion with comments from Mike Morris. Last SIG MC, can you please add them to this PR so we can talk about them? Okay. Cool. All right. Move that along. All right. Before actually I open this one, I'm going to open the one next to it because this add the well-known property ladder is like a sub / pre-blocker for add some cluster property, but definitely like a sub one. So this one is about the governance process for how to add things to the About API as a well-known property that has like the Kates.io naming convention, and that we expect there to be some rules and restrictions about. I did send an email last week asking for, which I pulled up in a different, here we go, other tab. Sent an email out to the SIG MC mailing list to try and get some broader feedback, particularly about this part, which is governance related. We're going to wait for people until June 17th to say something, and then I think what we're going to do at this point is be like, okay, we have all the like insights we're going to get, so we're just going to make a decision with like the information that we have. We did get one more comment, so I think that at least is nice that somebody has took a look at the email. I'm going to ping it again, I guess, just because that's fun, and make sure people see that. I'll do that today, and then also then we'll be up and on the 10th, I guess, and then we'll close it on the 17th in terms of waiting for feedback. Okay. And then for going back to add some cluster profile property, I don't know if we wrote this explicitly as a triage note that this isn't necessarily waiting, but I do think it is, though people can comment on this PR. I think as a matter of like process, it's blocked by having the governance model for adding the well-known property as well. So I'm just going to add a little note. This PR is still open for discussion on the properties proposed themselves, though as a matter of process governance, it is blocked pending decisions made around how the voting, not voting exactly, but voting, government, etc. process being discussed separately in. Do you guys love hearing me talk while I type or what?
Yes, we do.
Okay, good. So hopefully that makes their connection clearer to anybody coming along. Okay, placement decision API. What's up with this?
There's a lot of good review
Oh,
comments,
okay.
and
Yep.
I try to address most of them. If anyone feels like it needs to be reopened, please do so. But we're mainly waiting for Stefan and Jeremy's feedback who are not here. So yeah, if we can
Sure.
make it, yeah. Thank you.
Yep. And feedback as, like, would you say like community comments have been addressed? Would you say that that's a fair?
Yes, that's fair.
Okay. And we feel it is ready for you all to look at. Yay, comment.
Thank you.
Totally. Okay, and then cluster profile credentials, external providers.
Got a little bit of feedback and obviously looking for more always.
Ever, always. Okay, cool. Triage notes. Still looking for more feedback as of this point, and then I guess and continue conversation on existing comments.
Right. I think we'll try to get a POC. But I don't know also what will be needed to get it over the hump. Maybe having a review from Stefan, and maybe getting one from Jeremy, or the comedy thing. But I think it's close to being good. That's my opinion. I wrote it, so I think that
Sure. Being good. I think close to being I think, do you mean close to being something that we want hard LGTMs and approves on?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think there's hard questions unless anyone checks.
Okay. So please look at it with that energy in mind. To come up with a better way to say that. Okay. Is there anything else you were dying for me to scrub? All right.
Thank you, Laura.
There's the MCS API change issue, but it's mainly waiting for. I can add it to the list. It's waiting for Google and Submariner feedback. So Google YouTubing internally people, I guess, and Submariner, they are not in the call though. So.
Oh yes. Okay, yeah, I know. You're right.
Oh wait, it's
Are you talking about this one?
No, in the issue.
Okay.
I added the link.
Okay.
Maybe I will.
Oh yeah. Right. Okay, excellent. Okay, got it. Okay, this is the discussion issue with a concise explanation of the current question that is blocking this other one. Need input from. These are the two you're waiting for specifically? Submariner and GK?
Yeah. Well, that's the fault that are active. So Azure answered. Well, Kubefleet answered. So.
Okay, got it.
I'm very much looking forward other if there is any, but that's the one we have.
Totally. Do you mind putting a little checklist in here of the stakeholders you have to get an answer for, just so I can quickly reference it, and also kick people on my side to be look, we already have these other people. You're slow.
Yeah.
That will help me. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Double checking chat. Okay. I will move on to the topics then. Babak, you are first.
Okay, so I hope you hear me.
I hear you.
Yeah, and sorry for the background noise.
No, it's fine.
So the only thing here is that the information about the committee members and volunteers were provided to the SIG leads. I was wondering if the SIG leads had the opportunity to pick their choices.
Okay, cool. I don't know, but I will angrily message them in the background right now. How about that?
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I have already also sent them messages over Slack.
Sure. Yeah, we'll just keep the boost going,
Yeah.
But
cool.
roger that. Totally. I have to find that. Here we go. Okay. And then next topic, Embic.
Yeah, that's me. Hi.
Hi, Embic. Also known as Marvin.
I just wanted to give a live sign for multi-cluster runtime, because I know it's a little separate from all the other stuff that the SIG is doing. It's a live and kicking, I guess. I don't know. We've had some minor updates, some minor improvements recently. I have a branch open for the controller runtime 0.21 support, so hopefully that is coming soon. So you can have the latest and greatest controller runtime with multi-cluster runtime.
Sorry, what version number did you say?
0.21, I think.
21. Sure.
That's the
Not
latest.
that, it has to be perfect, but
working on that. Hopefully that will land soon. And
okay.
like we have a couple of provider implementations coming up downstream, so that's neat. And hopefully there's going to be more. Let's see. But yeah,
okay.
Just wanted to say hi, basically.
Cool. Yeah. If there's anything you want to add into these notes too, including like what providers or anything that you want to add, then feel free to do so, and we can keep the communication lines going.
Yeah, so sounds perfect. Thank you.
Marvin, thank you for the update. I had a couple questions for you. One, could you review the cluster profile credentials external provider KEP? Because I think multi-cluster runtime may benefit a lot from that ultimately, because there would be an easy usage of cluster profile, and that would be a very generic way to use a list of clusters. So it'd be awesome if you could have a look.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I know that we also talked about the cluster profile provider still needs to be done, but I would still we still want to build that, right? So
yeah, totally. And that was my second question. Actually, what are the two providers you're looking into?
You mean the downstream stuff?
Yeah, the new ones. You said there's two new providers that are coming. I was curious which one they were.
Yeah, I didn't know how much like downstream. So the KCP provider had like a 0.1 release. So that's now considered usable from the KCP project. And fresh hot off the press, the Gartner folks have also like pushed the first commit for implementation of the provider. So hopefully that's also going to be usable soon.
Gartner, you said?
Yeah, SAP Gartner.
Interesting. Okay. And the other thing, I'll ping you when we get there. I think when we manage the PR and we get more coded for cluster profile, I'd like ideally to align all those providers to cluster profile, but that's real. I mean, that's the ultimate goal, right? And my hope for multi-cluster runtime in that this would be only one provider that would be cluster profile. That way we're all aligned on that, and you wouldn't depend on new PR for each provider. But we'll get there when we get there, I guess. But
yeah, but true, you're right. The cluster, ideally, the cluster profile. I mean, that is what cluster profile is, right? It's a meta provider in a way. So yeah.
Totally. Thank you.
Cool.
Right.
Any other questions or just general hype? Okay, there's a hand, you say. Yes, Ryan, go ahead.
Quickly on the same note, yeah, definitely cluster profile is designed to be used by controller runtime, multi-cluster controller runtime. And another thing I'm still not too sure about, what do you mean by provider? I thought the multi-cluster runtime is an implementation. It's not an API alone, right? So I'm a little bit confused why there's a provider.
So multi-cluster runtime has this concept of a cluster provider. So because multi-cluster runtime, like there are different ways to discover your clusters in an array, right? Like they are produced in a different way. So like if you have like multi-cluster solutions, like let's say Rancher or Cluster API, like how you access them is slightly different. Like cluster profile is, I think, very like solving a very similar problem, to be honest. So that's why I share Quarantine's hope that like eventually everyone's just using the cluster profile provider. But it's basically something, there's a Go interface in multi-cluster runtime that you can plug in a provider implementation. And that way you can basically like plug and play what kind of multi-cluster solution you're talking to.
Okay. So sounds like we have a few more places we can plug in the cluster profile API. That the whole point of cluster profile API is to prevent everybody invent their own provider. Okay, cool. Yeah, we definitely need to talk. Thank you.
Cool. Yeah. And I think that's also, it sounds like it's some awesome fertile ground of like bringing back some learnings of what you're experiencing in multi-cluster runtime into this like cluster profile and credentials conversation as a matter of like a standard in the SIG. So yay, it's all coming together. Ha ha ha. Okay, cool. I want to boost from in the chat. They're still Okay. There had been a chat, was that last time, I think? In any case, recently about a list of survey questions as part of a UX effort to try and get some more user research from the perspective and jurisdiction of the SIG about multi-cluster users. This is a doc of the questions as they stand today. I think maybe 1, maximum 2 more weeks of time of comment on this. Even if you just like put like a heart emoji or something, that's good too. But if there's anything that you feel is like really missing here, or like you wish you knew from people that we're going to be blasting out to in order to get some feedback, then please let us know. And I'll dig it up from the, here we go. This is the, where we talked about it before. This is the, if you want the backstory of the entire effort, this is the doc that's describing like the whole plan, but the most immediate value that you can give this effort right now is to take a look at this first doc and either put a weird emoji on it or comment with actual feedback, concerns, or additions. Yeah. Okay. Any pressing matters that anybody wants to bring up now that we've finished the agenda? It's going once. It's going twice. All right. You can have some of your day back. I will see you on the Slacks and also next week.
Sweet. Thank you, everyone.
Cool.
Thanks, Laura.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, people.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.